back to Late Night. We're here with Beto O'Rourke. You mentioned, and I don't want to just pass over it without talking about exactly how awful it is, but Governor Abbott made it basically the state of Texas investigating parents who provide gender-affirming care to their children, basically investigating them for child abuse. You went on Mother's Day and you made dinner for one of these families. Played a little music, as I know you like to do.
Yeah.
And can you just tell us, and I'm sorry that so much of this is so depressing, but can you tell us what is it like for a family like that to be basically almost criminalized for being a loving parent?
First thing I'll tell you is I've met families like the Briggles all over the state of Texas, and these parents are the most loving parents you'll find anywhere. They're doing their best to help their kid navigate this incredibly difficult time in their lives, and they're searching for answers, just loving the hell out of them, just trying to make sure that they're okay. And our Governor, Greg Abbott, is proposing charging them with child abuse, and if that charge is sustained, not only taking their trans kid from them, but every other child in the household, placing them in a foster care system in Texas that is the worst run in the country, where 100 kids in that system died last year in the custody and the care of the state of Texas. Instead of fixing that system and the vulnerable kids that are in it, he's going to take these kids from their loving parents and put them there. So I wanted to show up on Mother's Day, cook a great meal, bring some flowers, have a beer, and just make sure that we shined a light on this loving family so that our fellow Texans understand what's at stake. I mean, they might lose what I take for granted with Amy and our 3 kids, and I want to make sure that we fight for them and fight for everybody who's under attack in Texas right now. So showing up for them and standing up for them was important.
That's really great that you did that.
Yeah.
How was...
Happy to.
Let's be honest. How was the dinner you made? What do you think?
It was great. The one thing I can make really well is a diner-style hamburger.
Okay.
Where you press the beef down into the pan, some Velveeta cheese slices.
Okay,
over
gotcha.
it. My wife, Amy, added this twist where we use an English muffin instead of a regular bun.
Okay.
Mayonnaise and a raw onion on it.
Okay.
And just all of that together is just amazing.
Do you use their pan? Did you use their pan or did you bring your own?
We were cooking for so many people that we used their cast iron, and I bought a cast iron and donated it to the house as well.
That's fair.
So,
all right, that's cool.
We don't want to show up empty-handed.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
If you showed up at our house, my wife would not let you near our pans. Hey, somebody who was talking about and then ultimately decided against running for governor of Texas was Matthew McConaughey, who, is a friend of this show. And would there be room for Matthew to do something in an O'Rourke administration if you won?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This guy's a great Texan. Beyond being an extraordinary actor, when the chips are down in our state, this guy shows up. So we had a horrific shooting in El Paso in 2019. 23 people were killed after Greg Abbott, Donald Trump, and others warned of this invasion of Mexicans and immigrants who were coming to get us. McConaughey showed up to El Paso, raised money, donated it to the community, was there, physically present to make sure that we all knew that he was with us. When we had this winter storm last year and Abbott couldn't keep the lights on, the power went off, hundreds died, tens of billions of dollars of damage. McConaughey gets all of his famous friends together and they raise millions of dollars for the state. So this guy's there for Texas, and he's got such an amazing heart. So whatever he wants to do and whoever he can help, we want to turn him loose and let him do that. But he's an example of the spirit of the state. I don't know if the guy's a Republican or a Democrat, and it doesn't matter, because before we're either of those things, we're Texans, we're Americans, we're human beings, and we should start treating one another that way. And so we're going to do that in Texas.
You have often attention's been paid to the fact that you really... I mean, it's this, it's a giant state, and you get out and you drive around and you go to places that maybe people who run for governor don't ever stop by. Is that the plan this time again? I know you were a little, during COVID, the way you organized, the way you, ran elections in the past wasn't available in the same way. Is it nice to be back out there seeing Texans face to face?
I love it. I love being on the road. I love showing up in communities where they maybe don't expect you. So you're going to expect us in Austin and Houston, Dallas, El Paso, my hometown, San Antonio, the Rio Grande Valley, but you show up in Childress, Shamrock, Texas, Pampa, where Woody Guthrie spent some time, Dalhart, Amarillo, San Angelo. These places are so red you can see them glowing from outer space as you are orbiting the planet. But they're also unrepresented because where Democrats fear to tread, Republicans don't have to show up and contest the vote. And so folks don't have anyone to hold accountable, anyone to share their hopes with or their concerns. When we show up and hold a town hall, I learn so much, but I also build support and trust in that community, and we bring in some more votes. And at the end of the day, I mean, we lost to Ted Cruz by 2.5 points, right? There are millions more Texans who've since been added to the rolls, and millions who've been effectively, through voter suppression, kept from voting. We're targeting those who've been the targets of intimidation and suppression so that they provide the margin of victory when we win this thing on November 8th. So I love traveling the state. It's the right way to do it, and I think it's the only way to win.
Well, you know, stay healthy out there. I know it probably takes a lot out of you, and thanks so much for making time for us today.
Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. Grateful to you.
Guys, that's Beto O'Rourke.